Recently, Governor Gov Dejongh commented on our financial situation at a Rotary meeting on St. Croix. Let's take a look.
For the last 3 years, you are the ones, along with many in our business community, that have really fashioned, changed, and adapted to this new environment to make sure that we survive, both as businesses and as nonprofit organizations. But we don't operate in a vacuum. We don't operate without the fact that we have to consider our dependency, even though we're trying to diversify, is the U.S. market. We are truly dependent in the U.S. market. And even though the United States last year had the best quarter in terms of achieving a 5.7% growth, for the whole year, it was the worst contraction of the U.S. economy since World War II, with respect to coming out of the war and the cooling off period that took place. And the growth we achieved last year in the U.S. was not due to any increase in employment, tremendous sales activity. It was due to shrinking inventories that resulted in increased manufacturing, which led to a stabilization. That's the reality of what we are operating in. The president has submitted a budget that calls for a $1.2 trillion deficit, which is equal to 10.7% of the total GDP. In order to sustain a deficit, historically accountants or economists say it should at least be equal to 3% of the GDP. Last year was 1.27. There's no projection that it'll get into a positive mode until 2012, when it may decrease, but it starts to go back up again. So in that reality is where we have to look at how we operate, how we function, how we go about our businesses, both in terms of the government, but also in terms of how you proceed. If anything, I think we're in the feel-good era, as an economist said several weeks ago. And feel good, not in terms of it getting tremendously better, but it's not as bad as it used to be. That at least it's not declining to the extent that we saw the declines before. I'm of the opinion that we, in the short term, in the next 10 to 15 years, we will not go back to where we were. Conspicuous consumption, debt accumulation, the innovative products that we once saw that drove real estate sales, that drove consumer activity, that drove, in fact, the tourism that we're experiencing, are not levels of debt that people will get into with respect to going forward. You'll have a much more conservative consumer going forward, one that's going to look for more quality over quantity, and that's the environment that we have to operate.
We have Music in Motion up next. Stay with us on Channel 8 News. Well, the folks at Music in Motion have a workshop going on. News Channel 8's Wes Small files this report.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. We're going to have fun with this one. I'm here with Carlene Antoine, and she is under Music in Motion. And this is interesting. You know, you ever see things in reports as, he speaks so well, she speaks so well. It's like an old Chris Rock thing. But, you know, it is true. And I think it's an old Cruisin' tale that they say when mouth open, fool jump out, or something like that. It is true that you need to know how to carry yourself, Carlene. And I know Charlita has always been practicing this and preaching it with her students, not about dancing, but young ladies and young men with poise,
right,
on how you carry yourself. It goes a long way with job interviews or just getting through in life. So you have a seminar, and it's a workshop that's starting up. Registration's filling out, and it's all about how to carry yourself.
Correct. Yes, as you said, Music in Motion focuses on and aims to work with the whole child. And right now we're doing an 8-week program called Speaking for Success. This program is really exciting for many reasons. It bridges together articulation, public speaking, social etiquette, poise, visual poise, and teaches the child how to build their self-esteem. A lot of times public speaking is difficult for people. They struggle with it because of fear. So one of the things that Speaking for Success does is removes the fear and replaces it with confidence. This program is for students aged 10 to 19. There'll be 2 sessions, ages 10 to 12, and then 13 to 19. We really want to emphasize that speaking is your segue to success.
It is.
You know, going beyond St. Croix, staying in St. Croix, investing in St. Croix, you have to know how to speak and present yourself properly. So I just really want to young. Start young with the kids, because it really will build their future up for something just magnificent. I'm excited. I'm truly excited.
Well, you look like it is, and I want you to repeat exactly when and where it is again.
It will be at Music in Motion. It's the registration is all this week. Music in Motion, I can give you the exact address.
Yeah, please.
Is 140B Bay 3 Estate, St. George in Frederickstead. Okay, I can't give you crucial directions. I don't know if you can.
Well, I have to say, I'm really thrilled about this, because when it comes to speaking, you know, it means a lot. I mean, we have people in legislature and government house that they're afraid to death. You can see it when they speak. Now, what are you a professional at, like, facing mass audiences and things like that, or professional speaker? Are you?
Well, I'll receive that. I have done some professional speaking more in my undergraduate. I'm a graduate student right now, and I am actually employed at Hovensa. But I believe in working with the community, and that's why I took the time out to work with Miss Charlita. She just really welcomed me in, and I've been working with the young girls especially, and just, you know, being there, being present for them, and just helping out as we go. And she came up with the idea of, you know, doing a speaking course. So.
Okay, well, we have to make sure we check that out, and not only how to speak, but what fork to use. You know what fork to use for the salad there?
Exactly.
Is it the little one or the big one?
It is the little one.
It's the little one.
Right?
And when you see mass people and you speak, do you picture them naked? Is that the key?
No, I just picture.
'Cause I do.
I picture smiling faces.
Oh,
you know, one of the things that Speaking for Success is going to focus on is speaking positively and being confident. So, you know, when I say I look, I look at smiling faces because I'm positive, and I expect everyone to be positive.
All right. Well, let's say hi to all the thousands of people.
Hello.
You see smiley faces, I see naked people, and it keeps me going. Whatever floats our boat, right?
Exactly.
All right. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Well, earlier in tonight's broadcast, we mentioned a man at Beeston Hill was apparently shot in the leg and checked himself into the Juan Louis Hospital, suspecting he was shot in the leg. We have now learned that he was actually hit by a weed whacker, and amen to that. And remember, you got to jump up to get down. Can I get an amen? Say, I got to jump up to get down. Here's News Channel 8's Wes Small with more.
Stress relief time. I'm here now with Colin Hodge, representing CRRA, along with Christine Hilty, who's kind of away right now. And Colin, let's get right to it. It's a dual jump up tomorrow. First Friday and Valentine's Day jump up in Christiansted.
Yes, Wes. Tomorrow is the first jump up of 2010. As most of you may know, the entire Virgin Islands is invited to our 15th annual Valentine's Jump Up, which happens to fall on First Friday. So we're combining them to call, it's being called the 2010 Valentine's Jump Up and First Friday Extravaganza, focusing upon mostly our restaurants and our gift boutiques. You can come out early and do your Valentine shopping, okay?
Come out candy for the heart.
It's one of the biggest jump up that we have. Obviously, it's one of the time of the year after you do your holiday shopping and you do the stress relief for 2 weeks. It's like starting off 2010. Yeah. We're going to have over 10 live bands and DJs. We're going to have the Guardians of Culture, Mocha Jumbies. We're also going to have, in addition to all the regular things you normally are accustomed to, we're adding some flavor. We're trying to change it and improve it while keeping the base. So we're going to have part of the Daddy Jones and Crew Festival troupe that won a few weeks ago in the Adults Parade. They're going to be in tomorrow's jump up, showcasing their stuff.
Stress relief after this
and
week.
Trust me, these ladies, they can do their stuff. Okay, so tomorrow, 6 to 10 p.m., the entire Virgin Islands community is invited to the 2010 Valentine's Jump Up and First Friday Extravaganza.
Sounds good. VIPD will be out there with security, all right? A lot of fun out there. Music, dance, and food on every corner. And watch out for your sweetheart, sweetie. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.